So, time to check in. Let me turn this down a little bit. I was just sitting here reviewing something I've been working on and about to go back to work, and then I decided, let me see if I can talk for a second. The changes with YouTube and Google, the thing that I see that folks are still watching, but there aren't any comments anymore, and I didn't always respond to comments, but I think most of you that make videos will agree that comments were very welcome, and so now with this change, I get maybe one comment, so that sucks, I haven't really studied the changes. I'm not going to study the changes. I don't really understand them. I can see where they may say that they've done things for our benefit. But the thing that always bothers me about this stuff is that, true, it's a service that I'm basically using for free, which is a privilege, but it's like they just make these changes. They don't really ask. I don't know if they ask. I was never asked. It's just like, well, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing, and you got to go along with it. So I do miss being able to get up. I'm not that old, but I say it because I mean it from the experiential point of view, that I'm a creature of habit. I do things the same way for a long time. You get used to it and you like it. And one of my routines that I don't like I miss is just checking in to look at comments, because now there are none, So I'm complaining. At the same time, can express some gratitude, but I think I'll just keep going with what's on my mind. Spent just a little bit of time checking in on some folks, and I just love the fact that the vinyl community is such a big thing. It has been for a while now. There's many avenues of activity and discourse happening under the aegis or the name of the BC, and I love it, and it is important for me in my mind to feel like I'm still a part of it, which I am, but I keep lamenting out loud like an egg-headed teenager, which I guess in many ways I'm not grown up, even though I am. I keep lamenting out loud how I feel like I just want to continue to state my allegiance to the BC. I probably don't need to, but it's just the way my mind works, Partially, I've said it before, but it's partially because I'm on such a limited income that I can't buy records. And part of the fun in the BC was showing what you're listening to, showing what you're buying. And because I can't participate very much right now, it does affect my interest in watching what other people are buying, because it just makes me hungry. So I just feel like the need to just say that, that I love what's going on in the BC. I love, I've been checking in with people and saying hello, but I haven't been watching much of the videos because I see some of the records and then I get weak in the knees and I gotta go, because the first thing I want to do, and I've always been like this, is I want that. I want to, Boards of Canada have reissued their records, and last time I was downtown, I saw Music Has the Right to Children, and I couldn't buy it. I really, $30 right now is a luxury. So So that's just what's going down with that. The other thing, though, that has been neat is I'm just really, I'm just going to go ahead and just play this again. I have my studio open, Reason. Just really getting into learning more about recording, mixing, learning more about the software. I do understand that some of my music may, to some people, sound like it's coming from the 90s or something. And that's fine because a certain amount of electronic music is technology driven. I don't have the latest technology. I don't have the latest know-how technologically. And so I work with what I have. I just recently got Reason 5, which is not the latest. And so I'm working with some sounds that are, not necessarily dated, but I don't have the latest stuff. And plus I'm still learning really how to compose in the MIDI domain well. But I'm really liking what I'm doing. And I am but as I go and as I check with the world, I'll do what I'm doing, then I go and listen and look and see what else are people doing. I'm feeling damn good about the music I'm making and not needing to make any concessions for anyone regarding modernity or what's current or anything. This is me in the background. I'm loving this music. I'm loving it. I'm so glad I can make it. The avenue that I'm confronting is vocals. And part of it is a concession. I personally don't need vocals. I really don't. But do I want to propagate my music? Do I want it to spread? Do I want more people to listen to it? Yeah, I do. Seems like just a lot of people have to hear the voice, or they don't know what to do. It seems like people need a guide. It's like they need to be told what to do with the music by the voice, which I don't. I like the music being purely music, so I can decide what it means or doesn't, or what I'll do with it. That's the way I'd like to. Those are the kind of listeners my music is for. The kind of listener I am. But because this is my living and I have to be businesslike about it, there's no escaping it. Business isn't a bad thing, but it is the eternal child in me that hates business thinking. But I have to confront it. I have to be in business in order to survive. And so, I'm just thinking about and trying to work out some vocal stuff that I can be happy with, because it can stay instrumental as far as I'm concerned. I really have not been playing records. I haven't. I played one record yesterday, and I played one record the day before, and I'll share those with you. Yesterday I played Simon and Bard Group, Tear It Up. This is Fred Simon. Ralph Towner is a guest guitarist on here. I really like Fred Simon's writing. It's very lyrical. He's a pianist. He gets lumped into new age and new folk, and I just hate those terms. I just like what he does. And this is on Flying Fish Records of 1982. And it's got almost a country feel at times, which is okay. When I really like the compositions. I really like the compositions. I like his playing. The day before, I got an email from the company that I bought Opeth Ghost Referees from, the reissue, telling me that they'd gotten a small amount of feedback saying that there were problems with some of the pressings, and they wanted to know if I had any problems with mine. So I played this yesterday to review it. Thankfully, mine is just fine. So those are the only two records I've played. I have been listening to music when I'm not playing music, but mostly on the computer out of convenience, because I've just been kind of in this mode of all of a sudden I'm recording again, or I'm trying an idea. And I've been listening to a lot of Japanese, Yukihiro Takahashi, Tawate, Hiromi Hosono. A lot of those, the newer stuff I don't have at all. I look it up on the internet. So I don't really have much to show you. I will share this, that I'm going to keep Nice on sale till the end of this week. Nice will be off sale before Thanksgiving. Okay, I've gotten a fairly nice response. It has helped to generate some income. Interestingly, not interestingly, but I've sold a lot to Europe and Australia. I think that $5 off helps. The postage is just insane. And even though I'm charging you $18, yes, I'm still paying postage. I'm paying 60 cents on each of those records. It's $18.60 to send overseas. So even though you guys are paying me, you're not paying me, you're paying the post office $18, I'm still helping get the record to you, actually, because I want you to have the music. I'll keep going for a few more minutes here. I haven't really said anything about social stuff lately because I've been, when I'm not working, I watch. I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube, and I go through jags. And my latest jag has been catching up on artists, documentaries, people I never really knew about. I knew their work: Jackson Pollock, Edward Manet, Matisse. I just watched a wonderful documentary on Philip Glass, who I met, and I'm proud to say, after watching the documentary, that Philip Glass has my two first 7-inch EPs. He still has them, and it just, seeing the documentary really rang true of what I encountered when I met Philip Glass back in the 80s. He was very humble. I had traveled to Iowa City to see him perform, and I asked for his autograph, and then I said, I have a gift for you, and then he insisted on having my autograph and took a few minutes to interview me about my music, So I know he has those records in his collection. But in looking at, looking at some of these documentaries and looking at people's lives and stuff, it's like I do relate to the part where part of us, and I will say us, part of us never grows up as artists. Part of us, there's an idealism, or there's a way of seeing things that refuses to die, thank goodness. I look around at people who have grown up and matured and just, decided to do what you're supposed to do, which is to, fall in love, get married, and start a family. And I look at it, and even now it's like I don't regret not doing it, and it's like it doesn't seem like there's really anything to say for it why I should not be what I am, if you follow what I'm saying. Because self-loathing, self-doubt is a big part of being creative. You're always in flux and always doubting, as well as always having these moments of, this is the best thing I've ever done, this is the best thing I've ever heard, and this is amazing, And apparently most artists go through it. So that's part of what's been going on. And the only other thing I'll say regarding social issues is I really haven't gone on record about Obamacare, so I will now. I see the logic behind it. I think it's a shakedown. I think it's another ripoff. I see Obamacare as benefiting insurance companies and not people. Maybe I'm idealistic to the point of being an idiot, but I think I'd rather be this than what I see other people being. And just to further, as each day wears on and we look at the way the world is going, just the wholesale, to me, maybe it wasn't a lie, but it looks like the wholesale lie of Western industrial development has just been a sham from the beginning. Folks, I can't put it any better than that. And so things are just the way they are. And so I just try to mainly keep it a local focus so that I don't go too crazy, looking at the news or, seeing what's happening around the world, Excuse me. One of the things that I remind myself when I get worked up is remember a time or think about the time when technology did not connect the world. So if people even 50 miles down the road were having a catastrophe, there'd be no way for me to know. My world would be perfectly fine. And so I kind of return to that thought now to keep from going crazy, because I may have concerns about the world, but really what can I do? And the way things are going is the way they're going. So I just pull back and try to enjoy a little bit more of the day. But Obamacare is a ripoff to me. It's a business plan that is mainly focused on the business and not the people. I just am always going to have a problem with that. It's for business. It's not for people. I got a problem with that.